Why do ASMR videos of whispering, crunching, tapping, and crinkling have so many millions of views? If you've ever wondered why ASMR is so popular and why so many people say it helps them sleep, we're about to dive into the science. Welcome to Sleep Signals, a podcast from Nightfall Sleep Radio. We explore the science behind sleep and help you understand how to get better rest. ASMR comes in many different flavors, but it works for very specific, measurable reasons. ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and the research reveals fascinating insights into why millions use these videos as a sleep aid. The ASMR phenomenon is characterized by pleasant tingles that start at the scalp and travel down the spine and limbs. It occurs in response to specific triggers like whispering, soft tapping, crinkling paper, and personal attention scenarios. The massive viewership of these videos on platforms like YouTube isn't just curiosity. A significant portion of viewers use them specifically to fall asleep. In the 2010s, scientific research began validating what internet communities had known for years. A groundbreaking 2018 University of Sheffield study demonstrated measurable physiological effects in ASMR responders. Participants showed significant heart rate reduction, averaging a decrease of 3.14 beats per minute, and increased skin conductance levels. These patterns were consistent with relaxation and stress reduction. These changes only occurred in self-identified ASMR responders, not control participants, suggesting that something specific was happening in their brains. Definitive neuroimaging data is still emerging, but researchers theorize ASMR involves the brain's default mode network, associated with internally focused attention. It also involves sensory processing areas and reward circuits releasing dopamine and endorphins. The experience shares similarities with musical frisson, the experience of getting chills from music. It also mimics meditative states. All of these states involve focused attention, sensory engagement, and pleasurable reward. Interestingly, only 20 to 30% of people experience the characteristic tingling sensation when they hear ASMR content. This suggests genetic or neurological differences in sensory processing when exposed to the sounds. However, many still find ASMR content relaxing even without the physical response. Those who experience ASMR tingles often report having done so since childhood, even before they had a name for it, suggesting it's a stable trait rather than a learned response. Whether a person experiences tingles or not, ASMR facilitates sleep through three primary mechanisms. First, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode, which is crucial for sleep onset. When stressed or anxious, the sympathetic fight or flight system dominates, making sleep difficult. Unlike traditional relaxation techniques like meditation, which requires conscious effort, ASMR induces parasympathetic activation passively. You simply listen, and your nervous system responds. The second mechanism involves attentional capture and cognitive quieting. One of the main reasons people can't fall asleep is racing thoughts and rumination about daily concerns. It often seems impossible to shift off the mental noise. ASMR provides an attentional anchor. The content is engaging enough to hold your focus, but not so stimulating that it activates reward or threat systems. This interrupts the cognitive arousal patterns that prevent you from falling asleep. The third mechanism relates to creating a safe, predictable environment. Many popular ASMR triggers simulate caregiving behaviors, like spa experiences or eye exams. Caregiving roleplay potentially taps into ancient neural pathways associated with social bonding and grooming. Whispering, in particular, signals a low-threat environment to the brain. Humans naturally whisper in safe, intimate settings, which can put the mind at ease. The predictability of ASMR content, such as no sudden noises or unexpected changes, creates an environment where the brain feels safe enough to relax and go to sleep. Research published in Frontiers in Psychology found that ASMR participants reported anxiety reduction and mood improvements comparable to music therapy and mindfulness meditation. These psychological shifts created ideal conditions for sleep, suggesting the effects are more than placebo. They seem to produce real changes in nervous system activation, heart rate, and stress levels. For those who don't respond to ASMR, there are alternatives that operate through similar mechanisms. Alternatives include binaural beats, which use different frequencies to entrain brainwaves, white, pink, brown, green noise to provide acoustic masking, guided sleep meditations, and natural soundscapes like rain or ocean waves. For best results, explore different sounds that feature predictable, consistent audio without sudden changes. Ideally, they'll mask environmental noise while providing an anchor for your attention. Volume also plays a crucial role. ASMR and sleep audio should be barely audible. Too loud audio prevents the cognitive disengagement necessary for sleep. The sound should provide an attentional anchor without demanding active listening. For chronic insomnia sufferers who experience sleep difficulties at least 3 nights per week for 3 months or more, ASMR can be a helpful tool, but it's not a complete treatment. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBTI, is the gold standard for insomnia relief, with 70 to 80% success rates. ASMR should be considered part of a broader sleep toolkit. When trying ASMR for sleep, experts recommend starting with popular videos, such as those with more than 10 million views. Use headphones and keep the volume low. It's worth exploring different triggers, such as whispering, tapping, crinkling, and role-play scenarios, and give it at least a week. Research suggests the response may strengthen with repeated exposure. Some research has shown the ASMR response intensifies with repeated use as the brain learns to associate these sounds with relaxation. The science behind ASMR is continuing to emerge, but current evidence suggests it works through measurable physiological relaxation. Perhaps the greatest benefit is ASMR can provide a consistent, calming pre-sleep ritual. Sleep hygiene research consistently shows a calming sleep ritual is crucial for signaling to your brain that it's time to sleep. Each brain responds uniquely to different sleep aids, but for millions who find relief through ASMR, there's solid scientific reasoning behind why it works. Gentle whispers and soft taps might be just what you need to guide your mind into slumber. Thank you for listening to Sleep Signals. The research referenced in this episode is available at nightfallsleepradio.com, and there is a link to the full article in the show description. Until next time, sleep well, friend.